I knew something was off the second I walked into my own birthday party and saw my wife whispering with my best friend in the kitchen, her hand lingering on his arm a moment too long. The room was packed with faces I barely recognized, but it wasn't until I found the guest list on the counter that I realized half the people there were her exes, guys I only knew from stories she'd sworn were ancient history. My stomach twisted, but I pasted on a smile, trying to convince myself this was all in my head until I caught them, lips locked, hidden behind the half-open laundry door. The fight that followed was loud enough to make the music seem like background noise. She swore it meant nothing, that it was just a mistake, but her eyes kept flicking to the living room where one of her old boyfriends was already pouring another drink. My best friend couldn't look me in the eye. The guests pretended not to hear, but I could feel the weight of their stares, the way the whole room shifted to keep their distance from the explosion. I threw everyone out, but the house still felt crowded with secrets. She followed me from room to room, pleading, promising it was the alcohol, the excitement, the nostalgia of old friends. But every excuse just dug the knife a little deeper. I remembered every late night she'd come home smelling of strange cologne, every time she'd laughed a little too hard at my best friend's jokes. I started to wonder if I'd been blind all along, if the story of our marriage was just a series of lies propped up by my refusal to see what was right in front of me. The twist wasn't that she'd cheated, that much was obvious. It was that I realized, standing alone in the mess of party cups and broken trust, I'd spent years letting people cross my boundaries because I was terrified of being alone. The real betrayal was mine. I'd chosen to ignore every sign, every gut feeling, just to keep her by my side. Now, with the truth in the open, the only person I was angry at was myself.